Russia has reportedly launched one of its largest ballistic missile barrages against Ukraine, specifically targeting Kyiv and other cities. The Guardian reports a 5-hour assault that left at least 6 people dead and dozens injured, causing widespread fires and damage across the capital. Ukrainian officials stated Kyiv was hit with about 40 Iskander-M and hypersonic Zircon missiles. The BBC notes that Ukraine's 2 largest cities were targeted, resulting in 5 people killed and at least 35 injured, while the New York Times emphasizes the scale as one of the largest missile assaults of the war. These attacks follow Ukraine's own strikes on Russian infrastructure, which reportedly hit 2 warehouses and killed at least 8 people. The sheer volume of Russia's recent assault is highlighted by NPR, which reports that Russia launched 41 missiles and 125 attack drones across Ukraine overnight. This scale indicates a significant escalation in Russia's air campaign. While The Guardian specifically mentions the use of Iskander-M and hypersonic Zircon missiles against Kyiv, the broader NPR reporting suggests a combined strategy of both ballistic missiles and drones. This multi-pronged approach likely aims to overwhelm Ukrainian air defenses and maximize damage. The CBC further corroborates the severity, noting it was one of Russia's biggest ballistic missile barrages of the war that began in February 2022. The human toll of these attacks is significant and consistent across reporting. The BBC states 5 people were killed and at least 35 injured, while The Guardian reports at least 6 people dead and dozens injured, with fires and damage across Kyiv. The CBC specifically mentions 1 person killed and 16 wounded in Kyiv alone. This consistency underscores the deadly impact of Russia's ballistic missile strategy. The widespread damage and casualties suggest an intent to not only strike military targets, but also to inflict terror and disrupt civilian life, a common tactic in modern warfare when facing entrenched defenses. What the coverage collectively underplays is the broader regional context of missile and drone activity. While the focus is squarely on Ukraine, Al Jazeera and The Guardian report concurrent Iranian attacks on U.S. Gulf allies, with Kuwait and Bahrain reporting multiple rounds of Iranian missile and drone attacks. The Guardian also mentions U.S. airstrikes to swiftly punish Iran after American troops were killed in Jordan following Iranian attacks. This parallel activity in the Middle East, also involving missile and drone technology, suggests a wider proliferation of these weapons and tactics. It highlights a global trend in conflict where sophisticated missile and drone barrages are becoming a prevalent feature. Yet this interconnectedness is largely absent from the Ukraine-focused narratives. This latest wave of Russian ballistic missile attacks signifies a clear escalation in the conflict. The sheer volume and intensity, as reported by NPR and The Guardian, suggest Russia is committing significant resources to these strikes, possibly in response to Ukrainian assaults on Russian infrastructure. As noted by the New York Times, the effectiveness of these ballistic missiles in penetrating Ukrainian air defenses, despite significant efforts, will likely prompt both sides to reevaluate their strategies. For Ukraine, this means an urgent need for more advanced air defense systems. For Russia, it indicates a continued reliance on high-impact, long-range weaponry to degrade Ukrainian capabilities and morale, deepening the conflict with no clear end in sight.